Hi there, I'm Wes Kennedy, a TME on the Nutanix Tech Marketing team. Today I'm here to walk you through how to deploy Nutanix objects in just a few steps. We'll go through all the prerequisites necessary to ensure that they're configured properly, and then I'll walk you through deploying Nutanix objects as well. Let's dive right in.
The first thing we need to do is to go into Prism Central and Prism Element to ensure that we have NTP and name servers configured. Both Nutanix objects and the rest of the Nutanix platform rely very heavily on both name servers and NTP servers to function properly. Now that we've got DNS and NTP configured, let's go in and enable Nutanix objects. Now that Nutanix objects is enabled, we're going to create a network with IPAM enabled. We use IPAM on the network that we assign for the Nutanix Objects platform to ensure that the MSP or microservices platform can deploy IP addresses for the pods needed to create an object store cluster. We need a small DHCP pool that MSP will use to assign IP addresses to those pods. Now we're going to go into the objects pane and we're going to actually create our object store. First things first is to give the object store a name and then assign the domain. We can have multiple object stores on a Nutanix cluster, but they will all be under the same domain. Since this is a single node cluster, I'm going to drop the resources down to only 10 vCPUs and give it a small capacity of 1 terabyte. I'm going to choose which cluster I want to deploy it on and then select the networks that we created earlier. Note that all clusters that are registered and compatible with Nutanix objects will show up here, so you can choose from multiple clusters if you have them registered to Prism Central. These IP addresses must be outside of the DHCP scope. The creation and deployment of the object store takes about 45 minutes. This can vary based on your cluster's performance and also your internet connectivity to S3 and the Nutanix portal. And that's all there is to it. It takes about 30 to 45 minutes, like I said, and then you have an object store deployed. Once it's deployed, you can click on the object store name to go in and manage that particular object store.
Today we configured Prism Central and the underlying Nutanix cluster with all the prerequisites necessary to make Nutanix objects function. This includes NTP, DNS, and IPAM. After the prerequisites were taken care of, we went ahead and deployed Nutanix objects using just a few clicks. I hope this was helpful. Stay tuned for my next video where I'll talk about deploying a bucket on top of Nutanix objects. And when you get a few moments, try it for yourself on Nutanix Test Drive. Thanks. Have a good day.